Hello, sports fans. This is the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker, your source for the sports betting industry 24/7. Sit back, relax, and listen as Mr. Bookmaker highlights what's happening right now in the world of sports. So, without further ado, here's your host, Art Eftekhari.
All right, hello, sports fans. Welcome back to the Bookmaker Podcast. I'm your host, Art Eftekhari. Glad you could join us. Before we begin, you know the routine. Get to our website, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. Remember, I want you to take your love of sports to the next level. Also, on our website, we got the Bookmaker 101 Basics, steps on how to register, bet, and withdraw, and our Bookmaker Guide is available to download. So what are you waiting for? Go download it. And on our website, we have the links to the top European and Asian bookmaker sites, and also, of course, United States-friendly bookmaker sites as well. Now, as we get things started off, what's the word of the day for A to Z sports betting lingo? That word here is beef. Yes, you heard me right. The word is beef. And what do I mean by beef? It is a claim or a dispute with a bookie over the outcome of a bet. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, you already are doing the right thing. I want you to go to our top online bookmaker sites because I don't want you to get into a beef with some bookie you might have met at a local pub. Remember, you have your mobile device, you got your laptop, you know what to do. Now to get things started off, I'm on bet365.com. That's www.bet365.com. Let's see what's going on in the English Premier League. 6 matches have been played so far by all teams. Manchester City is on top with 16 points. Manchester United also with 16 points, but Man City has got the superior goal difference. Chelsea trails them by 3 points. Looking exciting already. So let's see what games are taking place this coming weekend on Saturday, the 30th of September. First, you got Huddersfield Town taking on Tottenham. Odds here show 15-2 for Huddersfield Town, 15-4 for a draw, 4-11 for Tottenham. Next, Bournemouth hosting Leicester City. Odds here are 7-4 for Bournemouth, 9-4 for a draw, 31-20 for Leicester. Man United hosting Crystal Palace. 1-6 here for Man United, 6-1 for a draw, 16-1 for Crystal Palace. Like I told you before, click on the link here, have some fun. Maybe you want to predict the score, maybe you think Man U will win 2-0, maybe even 3-0. If you predict that Man U will win 3-0, and they actually do win 3-0, the payout here will be 11-2. So like I said, get to bet365.com, have some fun with these games. I know you're going to enjoy it. Also on that same day, Stoke hosting Southampton. Payout here shows 7-4 for Stoke, 11-5 for a draw, 31-20 for Southampton. West Bromwich Albion will host Watford. Payout here shows 23-20 for West Brom, 11-5 for a draw, 5-2 for Watford. West Ham United will be hosting Swansea City. 4-5 here for West Ham, 5-2 for a draw, 7-2 for Swansea City. Next, the match I know you all are waiting for. Chelsea will be hosting Manchester City. Payout here shows 19-10 for Chelsea, 23-10 for a draw, 7-5 for Man City. Gonna be a good one. Like I said, click on that link where you see Chelsea versus Man City. Try and predict the score. Maybe you think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw. If you predict that, the payout here will be 6-1. Like I said, have some fun with it. I think you really will enjoy it. Now for the Sunday games. The early game will be Arsenal hosting Brighton. Payout here shows 1-5 for Arsenal, 11-2 for a draw, 12-1 for Brighton. Everton will host Burnley. 4-6 here for Everton, 13-5 for a draw, 17-4 for Burnley. And last but not least, Newcastle United will be hosting Liverpool. That should be a good one. 4-1 here is the payout for Newcastle. 14-5 for a draw. 4-6 for Liverpool. Like I said, get to bet365.com. Place your bets. And before we continue, make sure you check out our website. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. On our website, you have easy access to the Bookmaker 101 Basics. That includes steps on how to register, bet, and withdraw. Our Bookmaker Guide is available to download. Read through it at least 2 or 3 times. Remember, I want you to become an expert on this whole entire online sports betting process. And remember, we have betting strategies, tips. Don't forget about our A to Z sports betting lingo. Remember, you may not sound like an expert just yet, but keep on listening to the Bookmaker Podcast. Check out our website, and you'll be good to go. All right, next, I want you to get to betonline.com. That's www.betonline.com. This is a United States-friendly bookmaker site, and only fitting that we're talking about Week 4 of the National Football League. Like I said, that's betonline.com. Why should you go to betonline.com? Because you can. All right, let's see what's going on the Sunday games. Now, the early game is going to be the New Orleans Saints against the Miami Dolphins. And I didn't say who's hosting that game, but that game technically is a Dolphins home game. But that game will be played at Wembley Stadium in London, England. Gonna be exciting, I think. The Saints are favored by 2.5 points. Moneyline here shows negative 145 for the Saints, positive 125 for the Miami Dolphins. That's a toss-up in my opinion. You never know how these games will go in a foreign country. Next, you got the Carolina Panthers on the road against the New England Patriots. Both teams are 2-1, but I'm choosing the Patriots to come out on top here. And the Patriots are 8.5 point favorites. What's the money line say? Positive 355 for the Panthers, negative 425 for the Patriots. Over-under set at 48.5. Next, you got the Los Angeles Rams playing at Dallas against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are favored by 7.5 points, but the money line is not available at the moment, and that's why you got to get to betonline.com to find out. The Tennessee Titans will be on the road against the Houston Texans, and I'm really looking forward to this matchup here. Marcus Mariota has been playing very well for the Titans. They just came off a victory over the Seattle Seahawks. And Deshaun Watson, rookie quarterback for the Texans, really seems like he's got things going. I think I'm going to have no choice but to use him in my fantasy football lineup. It's a risk, but hey, you got to take risks sometimes, right? As for the odds here, the Titans are favored only by 1.5 points. Wow. Is that really being favored? Moneyline here shows negative 125 for the Titans, positive 105 for the Texans, over-under 43.5. Jacksonville Jaguars will be on the road against the New York Jets. Surprisingly, the Jaguars are 2-1, coming off a hammering of the Ravens, and that game was played at Wembley Stadium. So the Jags here, no surprise, favored by 3.5 points. Moneyline here shows negative 170 for the Jaguars, positive 150 for the Jets, over-under at 39.5. I say choose the under there. The Cincinnati Bengals will be on the road against the Cleveland Browns. Yes, you can call this the Battle of Ohio. It's not a very exciting one when you look at the records. Both teams are 0-3. Someone's got to win, but remember, there can be ties in the National Football League, but not going to happen at this game. The Bengals are favored by 3 points. Moneyline here shows negative 175 for the Bengals, positive 155 for the Cleveland Browns. Over-under set at 40. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they are going to want to take out some of their anger on the Baltimore Ravens on the road, seeing as how the Steelers were just defeated in Chicago in overtime. Nobody expected that. I don't even think Bears fans expected that. So the Steelers will be favored by 2.5 points on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Moneyline here shows negative 155 for the Steelers, positive 135 for the Ravens, over-under, set at 42.5. The Buffalo Bills will be on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are 3-0. Can they stay undefeated? They are favored by 8 points, so I'd say yes, they probably will be 4-0 after this game. Bills will be tough, but I say go with the Falcons. Like I said, Falcons 8-point favorites. Moneyline here shows positive 320 for the Bills, negative 380 for the Falcons, over-under at 48.5. The New York Giants will be on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is a solid team so far this season. They are 1-1. The Giants are 0-3. They are desperate for a win. Nonetheless, though, the Buccaneers are favored by 3 points. As for the money line, positive 140 for the Giants, negative 160 for the Buccaneers. The Philadelphia Eagles will be on the road against the Los Angeles Chargers. Eagles are 2-1. The Chargers remain winless at 0-3. But surprisingly here, BetOnline.com shows that the Chargers are favored by 1 point. Moneyline shows positive 105 for the Eagles, negative 125 for the Chargers, over-under at 47.5. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. Go with the over. Then you got the Oakland Raiders at the Denver Broncos. 2 teams that are 2-1, a classic AFC West rivalry matchup. The Broncos are favored by 3. Moneyline not available at the moment, but the over-under is set at 46.5. But like I said before, get to betonline.com. As for the Sunday night game, the Indianapolis Colts at the Seattle Seahawks. The Colts finally did get their first win, and no surprise that it came against the Cleveland Browns. But now in the game against the Seahawks on a Sunday night, the Seahawks are favored by 13 points, even though they have a horrendous offensive line. Moneyline here shows positive 700 for the Colts, negative 950 for the Seahawks, over-under, set at 41.5. You know, I must say, if you feel like placing a wager on the Colts covering the spread or maybe just going for the upset, I say go for it. That'd be an awesome payout there. Last but not least, what's going on Monday Night Football? A very good matchup, actually, as the Washington Redskins, who are 2-1, will travel to Missouri to face the 3-0 Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are looking good, especially rookie running back Kareem Hunt. The Chiefs are 6.5-point favorites. Moneyline here shows positive 230 for the Washington Redskins, negative 275 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Over-under at 49.5. So like I said, get to www.betonline.com. Why? Because you can. And actually, that's their slogan. But yes, get to betonline.com. All right, everybody, that is it for this edition of the Bookmaker Podcast. Really do appreciate the support. Like I said before, get to our webpage. You know the address, bookmakerinfo.com. That's www.bookmaker-info.com. Remember, I want you to take your love of sports to the next level. Thank you for listening, everybody. Hope you enjoy those English Premier League football games this weekend, and I also hope you enjoy those National Football League games this weekend as well. Thank you for listening. See you next time.
This has been the Bookmaker Podcast with Art Eftekhari, a.k.a. Mr. Bookmaker. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, please show some love by subscribing to this podcast on iTunes or Stitcher. Till next time, this is Mr. Bookmaker over and out.